How's it going, all? This is the journey, lifelong learning journey map assignment. My name is Julian Sharon Sewell. Thank you for participating. This is kind of meant to go alongside of a visual piece. So like I'd like low key look at the visual piece while you're watching the video or listening to the video. I'm just gonna be talking. There's nothing really to see here, unless you look at my pretty face. That works too. But yeah, let's get started into it. I have chosen six kind of artifacts, not necessarily artifacts, but six positions that I want to be in, kind of chronologically for myself. So number one, Eller Professional Admissions. Number two, Sports Management Certificate or graduation as well. Then I would like to work in the athletics department somewhere on campus. Finish for an MBA, start a career in sports management, whether that's a brand, school, or an agency, and then finally becoming an agent and working my way to the top. So starting with Eller Professional Admissions, for me, the reason why this is important to me is because it will jumpstart my real schooling. Getting into Eller will allow me to actually move toward getting my degree rather than just taking all the Eller prerequisites, which I'm basically done with. So the steps for me to get to this point, I have only 3 Eller classes left to take. Once I take those and get in, then it should be pretty well. The resources are basically the same thing. It's just finish those couple of classes, get in. What potential obstacles or roadblocks might I have? I know for one I really need to lock in on these last couple classes, get my GPA back up to where it was previously. I messed up on one class this semester, so I'm good, solid. However, I would have liked to apply with excellence, and basically it's not a real process to get in. You automatically get in. And I kind of slipped up a little bit, so I wasn't able to get it this semester. But it is okay. I should still be able to get in with my GPA and everything that I have done previously. So now, what learning artifacts might I collect along the way? A lot of these positions are just going to give you experience. I think that's one of the biggest things. For me, I can't get a job now because I have no experience anywhere. It's a little weird. Trying to do a job that is no experience necessary job, but you need experience necessary. It's super weird. I'm just trying to get paid, jumpstart my career, but it's a little hard at this specific moment. But really, it's just whatever classes I'm taking could provide me with certain assignments that might work in a certain direction. It is what it is. I will kind of more so be able to tune more into those things once I get to those positions. Number two, I want to work to get my sports management certificate. Also, kind of aligns with that graduation. So, why is this important to me? This is the career path that I want to take. These are classes that are designed, or not designed, that are geared toward this career path, and provide me with those information that I might need, or just the certificate can also provide a certain bit of credibility for myself. Then after that, what are the steps needed to take? So after I get in with professional admissions, then the next step is finishing the 3 classes. There are a grouping of classes. I think there are about 12 classes that I can take. However, I only need to take 3 of them to get in, to get that certificate. They're a wide range, and so for me, I just want to figure out what that range is that I want to take. And I think one of the obstacles that could be in the way is the class is either full or they only offer a certain amount of classes per semester. Like right now, I've tried to get into those classes, but there's limited seats, so it's a little bit more difficult to get into them. So it might take me longer than I want to, but that's fine. I could also be working on my current Eller classes. What learning artifacts might I collect along the way? This one's really big. It's like experience. I'm going to say experience for all of them. I just want to let you know, anybody who's watching, listening. Experience is the biggest thing that's going to be there for me, as well as, it's going to give me more information about my targeted field that I desire to be in. And I think that can really help me out later when I do applications. I can be like, hey, these are the classes I've taken. This is what I know. This is what I can provide for the team. and allow me to really succeed on any team that I am put onto once being in this field. Next, after we receive our certificate, I want to work in the athletics department somewhere. So working in the athletics department is something that I've always wanted to do. It's just something that seemed really cool to me, whether it be an assistant on the track team, equipment manager somewhere in the athletics department, an assistant on the football team, or just working on the business side in the athletic director's office. So it's, finding a position there I think would be something that's really cool. Give me, once again, experience for the future, and kind of gives me a different viewpoint than a lot of any other people who are applying for the same position as me in the future. What resources might I have? So I have a lot of friends who work in athletics, so it's just asking around, like, hey, is this available? Is this available? Is this available? What can I do to get into this position? And then being able to apply and not necessarily do well, but like gather my footing and continue to be able to provide year in and year out in whatever position that I am put into. So roadblocks, are there any positions? Am I needed? Do I need experience? And I think this is another opportunity for me to have a position with little experience to be able to gain knowledge and experience moving forward. Artifacts. Once again, experience. This is a great jumpstart for me in my career moving forward, and really allows people to understand my credibility working in the business side of sports or just sports in total. Sorry, a lot of talking. Number 4, being able to come back for an MBA. If I'm able to come back, receive my master's, once again, it'll establish my credibility. And if I'm working in a more corporate workspace at the time, it would allow me to receive higher pay for what I know, what I'm able to do, compared to everybody else who are in my field. The steps in order to get there: will my GPA be high enough to reapply? Then it's getting in, doing the whole application process again. Then it's finishing classes well, getting done with my degree. Sometimes people who are going back to school may be starting a family, so a family might get in the way, or they might be working other jobs, so that could also be a difficulty. Some people, it's financials that is a barrier. So for me, I don't want any of those to necessarily be too much of a barrier for me. So I would like to go back. I would like to, right after graduation, just apply directly to graduate admissions and just continue my path. So it's kind of like fluid and it's not really like throwing me off in any position. And, artifacts, it's whatever assignments that I may be provided, any other knowledge and skills that I may pick up along the way with receiving that. Then after that, I want to jumpstart my career in sports management, whether it be with a brand, school, or agency. I think any 3 of those would be a great opportunity for me to get my footing and move forward. This is important because this is not the first step in the direction that I want to be, but it is a great direction to getting toward my final goals. And getting there, like I said, everything that I have said previously, I think are very great stepping stones into getting into the door. And really it just coming down to what positions are open, interviewing for them, getting the position, and continuing with it. Because I would already have all that experience behind me, it shows that I know what I'm about, I know what I can do. From there, resources, it's after I've worked all these previous positions, it'd be a whole bunch of people that I've known before. There's a whole community that I have that I can be like, hey, I'm looking for this position. Anybody have this? Or they can be there and say like, yo, he's good. He knows what he's doing. Offer him a job, whatever. Potential obstacles or roadblocks. If something gets messed up in the past, like I don't get a certain amount of experience somewhere, then that could be a little bit of a hindrance. But as well as low key, the pay is a little low from what I've heard. But it's once people have said like you can really get your foot in the door easily and start moving around, and people move around a lot to gain a whole bunch of experience in a bunch of different positions. And I think for me, I don't really want to be in a bunch of different positions. I kind of want to stick with something and then keep rolling with it. So that could be something that is a little off. And once again, for my artifacts, it's really just like experience to start moving forward. There's a bunch of contacts that come with it. Cash flow, it's a little low, but I think this is a lifestyle that will be really fun to enjoy. And finally, for me, I want to become a sports agent and work my way to the top. This is the position that I've always wanted to be. I've always wanted to be a sports agent, work closely with the athletes, marketing, management, anything in that kind of category. I think this is a really great lifestyle that I would love to live and be around. So steps I need to get there, everything previously. Like I said, this is just kind of like a staircase that I feel like I'm climbing. And those are the points that it's going to take to get there. Resources, it's going to be everybody that I had previously. I think eventually I'd be able to get so much knowledge working in the sports field and people around me that I would even be able to create my own agency or just jump kind of right in alongside of somebody else's agency and work well. Obstacles are like getting quality athletes that are easy to work with, and that you can really market very well to being able to receive a nice lump sum from or great experience from moving forward. What learning art or oh no. Oh, sweet, we're good. Sorry, I got a low battery notification. Right, I'm on the last question. What learning artifacts might have come across along the way? Previously, it's experience, but like this is like the final position. So it's like, what more could I necessarily need? Well, you never know. It couldn't be. It doesn't have to be the final position. But like this is where I want to be. So, I think this is where it just comes down to like, my learning artifacts is just the lifestyle that I want to live, and I think that's the biggest takeaway from this. But yeah, that's like pretty much everything that we've covered. John is in class. He can't say anything, but thank you. I'm gonna sign off for the final time. Holla at your boy. Peace.